Hello and welcome to the CapEx Chat. My name is Daniel Lindén and I'm here with my colleague and friend Fredrik Weissenrieder.
Thank you, Daniel. This topic is about shrinking a CapEx budget, for instance, due to a poorer business climate. So Daniel, now we often meet companies that are in tough situations, prices going up and down all the time, and suddenly they end up in higher costs and poorer pricing, and volumes are down, for instance, and they come to the conclusion, we have to save money. We have to shrink the CapEx budget.
Yeah.
So it goes from $1 billion down to 800 or something like that.
Yeah. And not only that, we sometimes hear, or especially we read about company CEOs that goes out and brags a little bit about, we are cutting our CapEx budget because we are now tougher on our return on investment requirements.
Yeah, I know. And we can spend an hour just talking about this. But let's just say the following. If you have a CapEx budget, the budget might be $1 billion, and you say that the average payback of that is like 3 years. Then you run into tougher times. You have less money in the company, you need to shrink the budget. Something else also becomes more important from a cash flow point of view.
Get the money back earlier.
Exactly. It's the liquidity aspect of cash flow. So when you talk about net present values and paybacks and so on, you talk about the valuation aspect of cash flow. But when you talk about liquidity, that's something completely different. But that does become more important when you run into tougher times from a business point of view. So you go from a budget of $1 billion with an weighted average payback of, let's say, 3 years, to maybe a budget of 800. And you focus on faster paybacks because you want that liquidity aspect.
Faster paybacks,
to come in.
higher return on investment, higher IRRs.
Exactly. So your budget goes from here to here, and your paybacks go from maybe, let's say, 3 years to 2.5.
Yes.
And you think, wow, we may actually accomplish the same results now with a smaller budget. But what happens actually when you do that?
The money goes to the poorer mills.
Exactly.
Because where do you find the quick paybacks?
You find the faster paybacks where you have in each isolated project, the best improvements. And you only find the best improvements where you have a poor starting point.
And actually, it's normally not even an improvement. Usually you find the highest NPVs, the shortest paybacks, the highest internal rate of returns, where you save money. That is, you have an environmental decision, for example. It's more or less a no-brainer. You do it, or you have to reduce production with 20%.
Exactly.
You look at the IRR of that, the IRR is through the roof. But what is the IRR of a new machine, for example?
The following, it's so counterintuitive, what I'm going to say now. It's not that we have seen this in a few examples. We see this all the time. That is, if you have a budget, you shrink the budget, and you go from, let's say, 3 years to 2.5 years payback, your company's cash flow does not go up. It goes down.
The long-term future cash flow goes down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What happens after, a couple of years out? Your cash flow will not improve due to this. It goes down. And that is further being explained in that text that we have here, the tail wags the dog.
If you liked what you heard us talk about today and want to hear more about similar topics, don't forget to click subscribe or follow below.
And if you liked what you heard today, press like.